Hello everybody and welcome to a new edition of the Weekly Rant. My name is Jesper Anker and I'm joined by the Chew Dude, also known as Julian Chew, and baseball lover, also known as Bobson. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Right.
Okay, so already now you're probably wondering, who is this guy on the right side? I'm used to seeing just Jesper on here, but now I'm also seeing this other guy. Well,
Is it Caleb Ewan?
it's not Caleb Bune, sadly.
Damn
I know there's been some confusion in the past. It's not Caleb Bune, it's our very own Julian Chew. So, how does it feel to finally be on webcam and showing your face, Julian?
Very happy. I'm fine with it. No worries. As long as it enhances the quality. For you guys, I mean, you guys been sitting here watching like random stuff, like random Pro Cycling Manager stuff, now to like websites and stuff. Now you get a bit more. So we're trying to up the ante for the new cycling season. So yeah, the new cycling season. It's gonna be interesting.
And Chew's face ups everything, right guys? Right guys. So
Yeah.
one thing that Chew also ups is the quality on the website, because Julian managed to land two very important interviews, which I never thought we'd be able to actually get. But two teams have agreed to send a writer onto the Weekly Rant, and those two teams are Mountain Quebec and Team Novo Nordisk. And of course, you're going to be more excited for Mountain Quebec than Team Novo Nordisk. But Team Novo Nordisk, that's tough to say, also deserves some love. But if you have a question you want to ask one of the writers for Mountain Quebec or Team Novo Nordisk, go on the forums, go to the thread, the Mountain Quebec or Novo Nordisk thread, and ask your question. Just keep in mind, we're asking a writer, not a sports director, so you can't ask things like, oh, how tough was it getting a sponsor? Because the writers won't even know that, unless you're asking Belkin. But other than that, keep it on the down low and just make sure you ask questions that can actually
try to ask
answer.
questions specifically for Tyler Farah. That way we have to get him.
Speaking of Tyler Farah, I made a poll as well on the website, so they allowed us to kind of ask who we wanted to get, or at least Team Novo Nordisk, not Man Quebec that much. They haven't really been that specific. We're still in contact with them, but we asked you guys in the forum, who would you like to see get interviewed? Those five options were Tyler Farah, Matt Goss, Theo Boss, and EBH, and also others. And as you see right now, Bobson's beloved Taylor Farah and Eva Bosenhagen are tied at the moment. So if you want to have something to say, go on the forum.
I don't
and
care
vote.
how much you want EBH to get on here, but just if you could get Farah on here, if you could just vote in that poll, that would make my life complete. So just please do that.
So if you want to make his life complete, go vote. Also, remember to give Team Novo Nordisk some love. You guys probably have not heard of them before, but it's a team filled with diabetes. Like all the riders on this. I'm sorry, I came out wrong. All the riders on this team are suffering from diabetes. I'm sorry, that's not appropriate. This team is suffering from diabetes, and they need help. Novo Nordisk are giving riders a chance to ride if they're born with this disease. So it's not fair for these riders, and I think it's a very noble cause by Novo Nordisk. So make sure to give them some love, guys. I'm sorry for that. Remark.
Novo
Yeah,
Nordisk
Team
is
Type 1.
a team they really help the community. If you look on the website, like they will support like a lot of like people in needs, not just diabetes, I'm sure. They have like heaps of these programs for underprivileged individuals. So like as a listener, or if you're listening to this, you can go apply for like the junior team, track, mountain bike, or anything like that. So yeah, they're really like open to helping people out, and that's one of the reasons I contacted them. Like when I contacted them, like I said, I was actually really interested in like what their cause is, how they help the community. It's actually really interesting. And if we get someone like on the interview who has like battled through things, it's going to be really interesting to listen to their lifestyle and like how they manage like a lifestyle with diabetes and like competing professionally.
It's also a reminder that there's a second side of racing. Like it's not just what you have on the field or on the court or on the asphalt. It's also what you leave behind at home and what you have other issues beside that, because not everything is just as it seems, because Novo Nordisk riders, they have to struggle with diabetes every day, and that's not something you think about unless you're Froome, who has TOEs, but that also happens. Now let's stop the birds, guys. Let's stop the birds. Now keep it professional. We're trying to get more guys on here as well. If you have any ideas or any suggestions of who we should interview, please post that in the forum as well. But on to the actual news. This is the first real weekly rant of this year. We actually have news to present to you guys, so I'm very excited to do this. The first news article I'm going to be presenting to you guys is the Hugoland case. Hugoland is getting sued by Androni because he went out on Twitter and stated that he did not get paid last year by Androni, and if you read the article from Inner Ring, you know this does happen. Inner Ring released a very competent article about this very, very rare phenomenon, but it's very bad for a sport like this. So, Chu, do you think it's okay for a team like Androni to sue a rider for going out public and stating that he did not get paid? Or is it wrong?
I think we all feel sorry for Johnny Hugerland. He's been through a lot. I mean, that crash was horrific. I can understand how Androni does this because obviously they're a much larger corporation, lots more money, obviously can afford better lawyers. Probably would win a court battle if you think about it.
Yeah.
But Hugerland's someone that we all love, and I don't know. He really deserves money out of this. He didn't get much considerations after he crashed. I mean, I don't think he got a tiny bit of money. I don't think he got much, but
he got some compensation afterwards. But he only got that like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we also
it's
stated
kind of
that.
late.
Yeah. It's 3 years after. It sucks to be Hugerland, huh? Getting hit, now getting sued. What's next? Sucks for him. But
it's a good team.
See, also, to add to this, Nicky Terpstra actually also went out and publicly criticized the UCI. So, is the UCI gonna sue Terpstra for criticizing the UCI? And if so, they should sue a lot of other people, including me, including you guys as well. So.
Oh no!
Watch out!
They're coming after me.
Brian Cookson could be on your doorstep. Is that your bell I hear? Or is that just your phone I hear? No, sorry.
That's me.
Yeah, but so Terpstra went out and basically said the same thing as Hugerland, that prize money is like 1 year delayed, and the reason for its 1 year delayed is because there was a very dumb incident in the Tour de Lancari, I believe, where this guy who won it got a check of like the cash prize he won, but then it turned out he was doped, and when you're doped, you don't get the money. They withdraw the money, but they couldn't do that because it was a check and it was all he cashed in. So that's why they wait a year by paying in the money, but. Who can really work on a 1 year delayed salary?
Yeah, I know. Froome already got his money for the 2013 tour, and we all know that isn't going to stick.
That sucks, huh? That really sucks. That's tough, though. That's tough. Like, right now, once again, the theme of rules not being upheld comes back again to Hondas. I mean, somebody should really go back and go on Pro and Kia as well, and then find out how many times we mentioned this, because it's getting out of hand. It's ridiculous. So, more rules that have been changed. The minimum ban for doping has been increased to 4 years. But if you admit to have been doped or you say it's accidental, you can get a reduced sentence. Now, guys, what boggles me is what's between saying it's accidental and admitting it? Like, is there any other thing? Like, how can you get 4 years? Like, Bob, what do you think?
Like, okay, here's what you do. You just deny that you ever doped. Oh, wait, no. Well,
That'd be 4 years then.
Then you get 4 years. But if you admit that you did it, do you get less?
Yeah, you get less. According
so
to
if you deny that you do it and you say, I didn't dope at all, this is ridiculous, then you get 4 years. But if you say, yes, I did do it and it was an accident, then you get less.
Yes.
This doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Like, if you completely deny it. If you completely deny it, then get caught later on, it's 4 years. If you go out now and say, oh, I ate a steak, I'm sorry, then you get less than 4 years. Like,
my God.
What do you think, Chiu? Is this ridiculous? Like,
This is such a grey area because we've seen riders every single time get like different bans. Lance has been banned from everything. Like, he can't even do fun runs now. It's ridiculous. And we then have like guys like where we have DeLuca, Sant'Ambrogio. Yeah, all those guys. They're not banned for their life. And then we have guys who admit to doping. We had O'Grady. So I don't know what's right. It seems like if you do admit to doping, you still get like people in the public still give you like so much crap and all that. Like, when O'Grady admitted to doping, like on the papers, everywhere, everyone just said disgrace, cyclist or whatever.
Hero. Like, he was a legend in Australia.
Yeah, he's basically a legend, and like everyone's talking bad about him like the whole week. Like in the interviews, they're like, they headlined the interview with disgraced cyclist, and that's not a good thing. I don't think he's a bad person because he's doped. Whatever, yeah.
It's bad though, but I agree with you guys saying that that's a grey area because that rule is so ridiculously bad. Because who would ever deny doping then? I mean, Sure, but then
Well, you could
They
just
take it out
say,
this-
I, ate a radioactive microwave, and that caused me to
actually
dope.
thinking about this is actually not that bad of a rule then, because then you put fear into people that they might get 4 years, and then they just go out and say it's accidental, even though they didn't dope. If they didn't dope and it was an accident, and they say it's accidental, well, then they get a less sentence, and they don't get banned for 4 years.
Right,
guess.
the Hedgedale did like get caught or something, didn't he?
For
He
the
said
bike.
Yeah, well,
No,
yeah,
no,
he said
no,
he
no.
doped
When-
at Postal and Phonic, and is a mountain
Yeah,
bike.
what's his name?
Wait, really? Did he?
Rasmussen wrote a book and said
Yeah.
Hedgedale doped and stuff.
Well,
so
Rasmussen
what
said a
happened
lot
then?
of
Nothing
things.
happened.
Yeah. But those books you can't really trust that much. It's just people.
The Tyler
throwing
Hamilton,
mud. Oh
50
my
books.
God. The secret race right there. Those books throw so much dirt at each other that it's just horrible. I mean, well, some of them also have some truth with it, but
Oh, yeah.
it's just bad.
Where do you tell where it's truth or you're just trying to get people to talk about it?
Yeah, get back at somebody you don't like. Like, let's say I get caught for doping and I don't like Bob. Well, I'm just gonna write in my book. Bob supplied me dope, 200,000 needles a day. I hate you, Bob. Sincerely, Jesper. I mean, who can really tell if that's truth or false? And then they're gonna do some investigation, and then they're bound to find something because everyone's done something bad in their life, and then you're gonna get caught for that. So if it's not doping, it's shoplifting. Or if it's not shoplifting, it's murder in the
Or
house.
cocaine, like Tom Bone.
Yeah. Well, he's an idiot. Tom Bone is an idiot, but no, none of that. Sorry for that. Next up, we have the last few shirts or jerseys that have been announced. First of all, we have a very touchy topic for Bob, because I know he hates this jersey, but why don't you run us through the new Cannondale Garmin shirt?
Well, first of all, I want to die, but second of all, the new Cannondale jersey is the worst. Garmin have always had, like, some of the best, like, most awesome looking jerseys. Really, like, the colors were always right, the designs were always great. They won on Daily the, like, favorite shirt contest, like, 3 years in a row before they canceled that. But, Garmin, like, always had great jerseys, but instead this year they decided... Like, I know Cannondale is a big sponsor, so I knew there was going to be a little black, but mostly their colors are green. Like, look at Cannondale last year.
Totally.
Totally green.
Yep.
So why is this jersey totally black with, like, a neon green, like, highlight? Like, what? This is literally the most ugly thing ever. Last time I checked, Garmin is still a secondary sponsor. There's no blue on this jersey at all.
Well, actually there is. If you take a look at the Garmin, the N has a little blue
Yeah, okay.
triangle.
I know, but besides the logo, there's no
Uh-huh.
blue. The only thing that I can hope for is they also, if you remember back in 2011 when Cervello first joined, they had a really ugly black jersey as well. And come tour time, they unveiled a new jersey that was much better. That was a really nice jersey. So hopefully that will happen this year, and they will get rid of that ugly piece of...
Yeah, I follow your claim though, because
black.
why didn't they remove the black and put in the blue, like the dark navy blue thing
Yeah.
they had before?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
I mean, I guess they're trying a new look. That's all.
I mean,
could
the
imagine.
Cannondale logos are exactly where the Cervello logos are, so really they didn't need to edit the jersey too much if they didn't want to. Or they could have made the highlights blue and the jersey green. Like that would have even looked better than this.
Sure.
I just hate it, and there's so much black in the Peloton now that it's just
Yeah.
so...
It's horrible. I mean, it's just atrocious. It's bad. I don't like it either. I think they went from a very good jersey to a very bad jersey as well.
It looks like a blend of Balkan from last year with just different textures. Basically, it's just like Balkan, just
Yeah.
green and black and green.
Gross. Belkin.
It kind of feels like Garmin got attacked by Cannondale. Speaking about another rider who got attacked, huh? You like that transition? Atapuma got attacked by bandits on a training ride in Colombia. That
Wow.
has to suck. What do you think, Chu?
Well, get ready to see more of this in San Luis. It's only the beginning, boys.
Yeah.
Well, San Luis is in Argentina, I believe.
It is.
Yeah.
This was in
Still
Colombia.
the same thing. Yeah, but
Yeah, same thing. Same.
same thing. Same
So-
thing.
So let's put down the facts. So Atapuma riding his bike. It's probably his training bike, so it's not as worth as much as his
Yeah.
racing bike. But what do you think? What would you estimate his bike to be worth? Like how much money?
8,000.
A lot of money
8 to
because
8,000.
yeah, I mean it wouldn't be the best bike probably for training because of I mean, he's
No,
not
well,
like
they
a
train
top
with what
rider.
they pretty much race with anyway these
Really?
days. Yeah, pretty much. There's not much difference.
Well,
It might
the two
might
dude
be just
has
like
rider
older
hated
bike
all
from
and
last
Froome
year.
spikes. So
Yeah. So if he's
You should know.
riding with a $10,000 bike, and he's like in a bad area of Colombia, like where he's from. I don't know if that's where he's from. I'm just saying it's hypothetical. Wouldn't he know that this was gonna happen eventually? I mean, Colombia is not exactly a peaceful place to be.
Yeah.
I
like-
mean, I think it's just a thing where you just go out and ride. You don't worry about who's around. I mean, if you're always going to live in fear, you might as well not leave the house, basically.
Well, the thing is, though, you can't really blend in because according to race rules, you're forced to ride in your uniform. Like if you go out on a training ride, you have to wear the BMC shirt. You can't wear a standard shirt. Not if you're on a training ride, because you also have to do whereabouts and all that sort of stuff.
It's really
if they spot
weird.
you- yeah, it's horrible. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's like, are they stalking
Yeah.
Atapuma? But yet they can't prevent this stuff. So,
Yeah, really.
I mean, like a group of freaking like old ladies could like run up and mug him, and like nobody could do anything.
who knows that wasn't what happened? He just
I think
Put
it
in a
was. It
different
was
tire.
probably like a bunch of
Yeah.
old Colombian ladies needed a new bike, and they just took it,
and like, hey, you young one,
beat him up,
come back here.
beat him up with their purses.
Yeah, walking canes.
I-
Yep.
I saw a picture of Simon Gerrans riding in like Melbourne, like near my house.
Yeah.
And he was wearing the Road National Championships
He's
jersey.
forced to. He has to.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
According to
strange.
rules, they have to, so they can spot them on the road in case they need to. I mean,
Simon Gerrans spotted outside Caleb Ewan's house. Right.
it's like a wanted poster. Simon Gerrans wanted $5,000 to the guy who found him. But this is horrible, and we're probably going to see more of this in the future as more and more people realize how expensive these bikes are. But I wonder, how easy is it to sell these things on the black market? Like, who looks for a $10,000 bike from BMC? Like,
Me.
Yeah.
I would.
Really?
People
I would
would.
totally find out who has it, rob it from them, and then pawn it myself.
Probably shouldn't say that out loud. You might
Oh,
You know, Brian Cookson is already outside your door looking for you, so,
I
things
think
can
that's
happen.
actually McCade. McCade came to my door a couple of times, but that
Oh.
was just... I usually just don't answer it.
Okay, that's fine, He's used to that. But, I mean, this is horrible, though. And I hope this doesn't happen in the future, but I could see it happening more and more as people realize how expensive this equipment is. And now, imagine if they add they're going to add the villain thingy, like the organization villain, they're going to add cameras to these bikes. So if you go on a training ride with a GoPro camera as well, there's even more money into the mix, and it's going to be even more attractive. And you're just a walking victim, or riding victim, I guess. How could you prevent this? Like, Chu, do you have an idea how to prevent this, or Bob?
Bring a gun. Bring
Bring
a
a
gun.
Yeah, bring a gun.
See,
Bring a knife.
that's a mistake though, because
See, like, what prevents a bandit from taking your bike, taking
Ride
your
faster.
clothes, taking your GoPro? Here's what prevents them: a nice Glock
nice Glock.
to the head.
Well, the thing though is,
45
well, like
Desert Eagle.
if you bring a Glock, if you bring a weapon onto
Correct.
you, most incidents where people get shot, it's by their own weapon. Like, the thief steals your weapon and shoots you with it because he gets
So
scared.
So here's the trick: don't let them steal it when they make a move at you. If anybody on the street makes any move to, like, even if they're like
damn.
autographed, you just shoot them. Just
Okay.
shoot them.
Okay, wait, Bob, your connection is right now cutting up a tiny bit, but just know that, would you have the balls to actually shoot somebody if you were attacked? Like, even in panic mode,
No.
do you really have the balls to pull that trigger? I mean,
Just get... If they see you with a gun, if they see you with a gun, they shit themselves anyway. So
See.
you're pretty much fine, I think.
and to show you guys, this is not actually
Yeah,
a
you
real
just gotta
gun.
point it around at random people, and
There you
then
go.
everybody will be, threatened, and they won't come near you. So you just gotta holster it. You gotta find a nice holster. Like, they should. I think that you know how spikes have like a bottle carry.
yeah.
So instead, they just have like a gun carry that points outward, forward on the bike. And what if there was like a gear you could push that like
Oh my.
pops the gun back out, or there was just a gear to shoot the gun?
What if you
And then you
out
could
an
just go
accident?
through the street shooting the gun at people like automatic mode, burst fire, with your gears.
If
You wouldn't
we-
even need to lift up the gun.
If this podcast was bigger, I was gonna make a T-shirt with that. Cause just imagine seeing a bike with that on. Like, oh my god, that would be so good. But what if you popped that on accident then? What if you pop that gun on accident?
That would suck for you.
At least you wouldn't get
the
4
person
years.
that dies.
At least you wouldn't get 4
Safety.
years for repo.
Yeah.
That's one of the
That's
sides.
just accidental.
I
So
know,
you'd
right?
probably get less banned for that than you would for doping.
I know. Is that my kid calling you back? Are you gonna answer it? Or is that
Who's
Cookson?
The caller ID says B Cookson. I'm not gonna answer.
Oh, I'll be careful.
Put them on the weekly rant. We can just talk to this fella.
Buddy Cookson.
I might have stolen some drugs from the lab for personal use.
Well, of course it was
so-
accidental, though. It's accidental personal use.
It's accidental.
Yeah, I mean, they just
Yeah, it
fell
was.
down to his pocket, and it just happened, Cooks. I'm
It was
very
100% accidental.
Yeah.
Not
happens.
my fault.
Back on topic, though. Speaking of race jerseys before, we had a bad jersey, but now on to a mediocre jersey in my world. Chew, why don't you run us through the Rampoot jersey, the new Dutch team that's going to be in the Pro Continental Tour?
Well, there's Rant, which is now a dominant orange jersey. It's got orange and black, so it's a bit different. We haven't seen much of these kind of colors in the peloton right now, so it'd be nice to see something like this. I can't really think of a jersey that's similar to this right now. Maybe is it
Jumbo
CCC?
CCC and Jumbo LNL, they just have a yellow one, I think. Wait, didn't that get denied, the yellow jersey?
Looks like CCC pulls that jersey just without.
It does actually kind of look like CCC's jersey.
Mm-hmm. Somewhat. I agree with that, but for me, it just looks
I mean-
stale. Like the orange is ugly. What do you think?
For a Netherlands jersey, you gotta have orange, don't you? This seems
Yeah.
like Rabobank and
CCC Polsat, which is also Dutch. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, I just think like you could have chosen like a different grade of shade. You could have gone another way because this is so simple. Like I know symbol is always the best option, but this is too simple. Like, it's just horrible. Like
Yeah. No, I get you. It's you know what? It's okay. I'm glad that they didn't go for a black design, but it's a
That's
stale jersey, but it's still all right. Like it'll be okay. It's like you said, it's mediocre. It's just there's nothing special about this jersey, but it's not too bad.
okay, I agree. So that rounds up all the jerseys for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're still missing one jersey, I believe, and that's Trek, right? Or do you have Ethics? No, wait. Do we have all the jerseys?
No,
Orica.
No, Orica has the same jersey.
Orica has the same jersey every year.
They
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they have the same jersey this year as well.
change it every year.
No, we have all the jerseys now, I think. No, we don't.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
that all the jerseys are in.
82R came up with the same one. Astronat basically the same one. BMC basically the same one. Ethics changed, well, the sponsors. FDJ, a new one. IM, same one. Lamprey, same one. Lotto changed their name. A Movistar, exactly the same one. Orica, the same one. Garmin Canada is now together. Giant is the same. Katusha changed a tiny bit. Then there's Lotto NL, which is Belkin. There's Sky, which is the same. Tinkoff changed a tiny bit. And then Trek. So yes, all the jerseys are now out. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that a noteworthy one is the Katusha one because they've been changing it every year like very discreetly. This is a lot like their like 2010 jersey because it has blue in it, which is weird.
damn, I actually see it. No, it's like 2011. Isn't this is 2000? No, wait, no, it's just the same picture from 2000. Oh, my mistake. The pictures from 2011 is the same as 2015 on Pro Cycling Stats. Shame on you, Pro Cycling Stats. Laziness is never good. Never ever good. But I agree. Like, shout out to Katusha for actually trying to innovate every year. I think that's very deserved. I'm sure you guys also came here to hear about some of the race results. As you might have heard, the Mitchelton Bay Cycling Classic is going on right now. It's near Chew, isn't it? Where do you live, Chew? Or how close are you to the Mitchelton?
Everybody.
He won three
Every-
stages.
Yeah. every day's bit. It's in a different location, but generally it's probably an hour and a half drive each stage, maybe a bit more. But the big thing right now is the weather's been like really hot. The last couple of days, like ridiculously hot. last day 2, I think it was like 40 degrees or something like that. There's ridiculous hot winds as well. I mean, it's the hottest we had since this year, basically. Last year, including last year. So it's been a one-man show, basically. No one's even challenged you, and maybe Greg Henderson.
That's not really a
he's
challenge,
going to be
though. But yeah.
He's going to be a big. I'm interested to see what he does this year.
Yeah.
But
Young,
see,
I mean.
People have made the argument that sure Calhoun is winning in a crit. And I know you have made this argument as well,
Yeah.
Bob. Try and make your argument.
Yeah, well, sure, he's winning like an early season, Mitchelton-based cycling classic in Australia, but that has about as much legitimacy of a win as Froome winning a post-tour crit in 2013. Like, just because he can, beat a bunch of other guys on a short course that doesn't really have as much tactics as a real race doesn't mean that he's going to be dominating the TDU, and I think that will be the real test. I don't see this as really anything special.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
One thing, these races are only like an hour long, so it's really nothing much. And who's he racing against? Like no names, pretty much. Yeah,
Roger Kluge got
basically.
third.
Bunch of NRA guys.
Yeah.
His lead-up man got second like yesterday or something like that as well.
Mitchell Ducker got second, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that good,
Right.
but I still think that you gotta give him some props. I myself is one of the guys who said that I don't believe you can put too much emphasis into this one, but he's still getting very well placed first place. He's like winning it with no doubt. Like it's not a close race between any other guys, and by winning 3 stages in a row now in the yellow jersey, whatever that is in this crit, I think he's gonna be one of the favorites to beat Kittel in Tour Down Under because Kittel don't do well or doesn't do well in the Tour Down Under, because if you look at his last results, Kittel didn't do anything. Actually, when is the Tour Down Under? It's in 2 weeks. When should we do the preview for that? It's in 2 weeks. It's next week from this, isn't it?
Oh,
I think it starts the 20th, so we could do it 2 weeks from now, the preview.
That's the 20th, yeah.
Yeah, so we do have 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's a little bit of an overshot because you have to also remember that he has Orica behind him in this kind of a race. So it's basically like a bunch of amateurs with a few other guys fighting Orica, like the World Tour team. Mm-hmm. Like they can control the race completely and just let him win. I mean, yesterday the guy got second. The other guy got second, the Orica rider. So it's like they just control the race. There's really it's not been a matter of his sprinting except for the first stage.
There wasn't. He kind of sprint on the second stage as well, though. Like if you look at that, they don't give you much highlights. Cycling Central, they do give us something that I'm grateful for. But he does sprint a tiny bit, and he's fast. And you've seen before in the Tour of Beijing that he's fast. And
I've also seen the Tour of Beijing. I've also seen in the Tour of Beijing Tyler Farrar flying past him like a rocket while he's like a sitting duck, just dying, like falling back.
But that was a tactical mistake. That was not a racing mistake. Like, if you put them both out... Okay, if you put them out with the equal train... This is a question for YouTube. If you have an equal train, Farrar and Calbuin have an equal train, who wins in a sprint? Between Farrar and Calbuin?
Caleb Ewan
win.
See, that's what you think, but Tyler Farrar was like 10 riders behind before that sprint, so...
Yeah, the thing... That sprint, Ewan went, like, super early, and he finished,
What
like,
about all the
10th
other guys that Farrar beat?
Well, it's just a one-time accident.
Nobody
ever hear about
Don't recall Farrar beating anyone.
Well, before that, there was also 2010 when Farrar used to win.
Well, if you're gonna make that
5 years ago. It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, Floyd
Tyler
Landis
Farrar
won.
Tyler
right?
Farrar was riding before Ewan had a bike.
That's not really a good argument for speed, is it? I don't think the older you are, the faster you are, is a valid argument. But guys, I think that rounds up all our topics for this week's Weekly Event. Do you guys anything you wanted to discuss before we round it off? Chew, do you have anything, Chew?
No, that's about it for this week.
You have anything, Bob?
Cycling Hub.
Check that out.
Go on cyclinghub.tv. I'll show you the main page. If you go on the main page, you're going to be constantly seeing the news flow go in. You see here, Peter Sagan completed 2 wheelies around the free bike world champion Vittorio Bramati at the training camp. It's actually pretty cool. I recommend checking that out. There's also a race video of Mitchell Bay Cycling Classic, which we're talking about before. If you want to go see Ewan's dominance, there's going to be stage 5 or day 3 is going to... Stage 5? Stage 3 is going to be up later tonight due to the delayed coverage from SBS. But keep an eye out for that. Go on the forum if you want to ask questions to Team Novo Nordisk or Mountain Quebecer. If you want to have something to say to
Vote Farah.
You can also vote Farah if you want to support Bob Bobson. But if you want to go against his flow and just annoy him, vote somebody else. I recommend that because it's really funny. Otherwise, just join the forum, join the conversation, be active on the forum. It's a lot of fun. In the 3 to 4 days we've been active now, we've had 43 members sign up. And out of those 43 members, 40 of those guys are active on a constant basis. It's quite fun, guys. So join the conversation today. Thank you guys for watching. It's been an honor. I'll see you guys later.